Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother A.D.V.I.S, and we're back with another episode of What's the Word Wednesdays, and this episode 6, y'all. So before we get started, I'm gonna put today's topics in the comments, as well as give people time to get all up in here and everything. What's going on, brother? Good to see you up in here. Good to see you. That's what's up. And at the same time, boom, let's do that. Now I think that would be a better way, y'all. I think that would be better. It wants me to unpin the comment, then we're gonna pin it back. But what's good, y'all? What's good? Tell me, what's the word? What's up? What's up? What's going on today? Thank you for joining What's the Word Wednesdays with your brother A.D.V.I.S. And y'all let me know too if y'all can hear a fan in the background, because I'm not gonna lie, it's mad hot over here. It's starting to cool down, but it's still hot. But just let me know if you can hear a fan in the background. If not, we are good. We're gonna give it a bit more time, and then after that we are going to keep pressing. While we do that, we gonna play today's feature in the background, and that's the brother Accurate. But Matt, tell me what's going on, brother. How you doing? Everybody's coming in.
Listen, look, I welcome you to this conversation. I'm just happy to be alive.
Same.
But my time is ticking slowly now.
Slowly.
So when I die, can I still survive? Tears of remorse, situations evaluated.
Yes.
These accolades a remedy. When I feel that hatred, there's tribulations that cover the smiling faces. I was Agent 47 until that number replaced me. Demons telling me, face it, your sacrifice is amazing. Soul on your sleeve as you enter this operation. Obligation was stated, culture and congregation. Yet they never lift a finger to check on your mental placement.
In a few minutes, I'm gonna play the track to get everything started, and then after that we'll get into these topics for today. But appreciate everybody in here.
Symptoms of having this illogic. Try to reveal that topic, ridiculous. Bottle pop in my spirit, drowning in spirits. Their wisdom wasn't an
Joe
option.
Weezy in the building, y'all. What's going on, brother?
I was misguided.
Welcome to What's the Word Wednesdays, y'all.
A bit of a misconnection.
Appreciate it.
Misery had me missing that message, and that's probably the reason it's not a missing my presence here.
And with that, y'all, you know what? Not gonna make y'all wait, but y'all stay good. But let's get this show started on the road. But first, before we do, we start with the What's the Word song.
Peace to anybody. Skill gates and your serial skills.
1, 2, 3, 4. What's the word, y'all? What's the word? 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 So peace. Thank you everybody for tuning in for What's the Word Wednesdays, episode 6. 6, because then I just messed up and gave y'all 7. Not yet, but 6. And today, y'all, we're going to be going over again, talking about what's currently going on around in the world as we speak at this moment, as well as we're going to go over the topics of consistency on top of the purpose of lying and why we should or should not lie. But without further ado, let's get into the first part. And we got current events. So, steadily now in the news, we're still seeing a lot of push when it comes to November, when it has to deal with the election. So I've been seeing a lot of folks and news attention around either passing enough funds to give to UPS as well as USPS with mail-in ballots versus in person, due to the fact we still have this virus and things going on. So not only Congress and the Senate and the government, they're all figuring that out. They're allocating funds to find and figure out those measures. So as of right now, I know that it goes in connection with the stimulus check, the health, the CARES, the HEALS. There are different acts that Congress and Senate is still sitting down with to pass a deal between, of course, Republicans and Democrats in Congress, everyone there, to pass that money, not only for us to get stimulus checks, but also for when it comes to not only stimulus checks, but when it comes to also unemployment and how they would allocate money to do a lot of this mail-in ballots. So for right now, there's been a big, heavy push when it comes to looking into the political realm. That's all really is going on. And I already can tell this is going to be going on for a long while. It's going to be doing its thing until it's that time and we figure out what's going on. Baby back hero act, kills act, baby bag ribs, act like it don't matter. I feel you on that, brother. They definitely need to support the American, citizens with something, because of all of the, not just rent control, but the eviction, treaties that they had so people wouldn't be evicted, because during this time there's limited amounts of work. But at the same time, it's, if people really want the economy to get going and of that stuff, I mean, you definitely want to be, come on now, you gotta be giving out some money some way, shape, or form. But if y'all have any current events that you've seen that's going on, please throw them in the comments, as well as you're more than welcome to join in, because this is just not only me speaking to the screen. This is community effort. This is community talks, and I always want to hear everyone else's perspective, not only just me talking. But another current event that at least I've seen happen within this past few days is more so a lot of either people still figuring out the whole, well, they mostly have figured out the school situation. I go back to it because it's such a big thing, while at the same time they're still figuring out what's going to happen with the next step of these waves and rolling things out, and if there's going to be another complete lockdown, which we're still technically on the first one. So that's very interesting, as well as, not confusing, but it's just so much going on. As well as you're getting mudslinging going on both sides when it comes to either Democrat, Republican race, as well as it's just a number of different things that's going on. Like, there's been fires going on in Cali as well too. We have literally so much going on, as well as there was also, and I have to look more details in it too, but our mayor for California, specifically Los Angeles, we should say, specifically Los Angeles, has been passing a number of laws behind everybody's back, or rewriting laws. So I need a little bit more into that, but just to throw that out at those who are in the Los Angeles area. What's going on, Fuse? Good to see you up in here, brother. Welcome to What's the Word Wednesdays, episode 6, y'all. And if y'all got any, once again, if y'all have any current events and things that you want to speak on, or throw them in the comments, as well as we still have other topics throughout the rest of the show. But thank y'all for tuning in. But as well as, besides all of that going too within government, what else I've been noticing too is there's been a lot of people really stressing themselves out when it comes to not only being on social media, but just stressing themselves out in general due to all of the compounding problems that we've already spoke on, whether it's been you're unemployed and your state has ran out of unemployment, or there is a family member of yours who might necessarily have the virus and having to figure out a situation to keep yourself safe, but also to keep your family safe, as well as just the day-to-day. I'll speak on it like last time. We're still suffering from a lot of of the survival mentality right now, because it's really at that point in time. And this is very, very important right now that you take that time and devote it to self-growth and to self-help and to elevating not only the mind but the body, and really that all-around self-care for your health-care, y'all. Self-care for your health-care. But overall, the one last thing I will add, at least current event wise, and y'all can throw them also in the chat, but also there's been a lot of talk about flooding going on in China specifically, and around their crops. And if a lot of you don't know, I mean, you can check a lot of your products that are at home, not whether it's cans, food, but also your clothes, electronics. You'll see that a lot of these things, almost 90%, if not to almost 95% of that, is manufactured and made in China. So right now, due to this massive flood, be on the lookout for there being a food shortage pretty soon. Probably within the next, I'll say in the next 3 or 4 months. So going almost into 2021. There's been a lot of people needing to evacuate from China and figure out what they're doing. So the crops are being destroyed, so that's less food, not only for Chinese civilians, but also for what they import all around the world. So be aware of that, be mindful. Other than that, I have no more other ones when it comes to at least current event wise right now. But if any of y'all do, please let me know. Throw them in the comments. People are going missing in Idlewild. Specifically where, bro? Idlewild where? Because you know there's a couple Idlewilds, bro. Idlewild where? I'm about to look it up right now. I'm like checking it right now as you were speaking. Yeah. Peace and love buffet destroyer. Oh, in Cali, you right. But there's still more to definitely look into that. But thank you for adding that there's people going missing right now. Okay. This is last year about a hiker in Idlewild. But for sure. Okay. People are missing. 9 people are missing. Okay. For sure. Anything else current event wise, y'all? let me know. Alright. Internet having some little funky issues, but it's all good, y'all. We keeping it pushing. Right. If there's any more, throw them in the comments. We are going to continue. But next, we go to the topic of consistency. What is consistency? How is it done? Where do you get it? How do you get it? What is its purpose? All of those together. So, in terms of what consistency is, basically consistency is the act of doing some type of activity over and over again with a rhythm and with a routine. This is my understanding of what consistency is, or at least being consistent. Is to be in that state of doing an activity over and over and over again, successfully and consecutively, to see a change in result. Whether it is, most of the time, it is an improvement, or whether it is just maintaining. But that is what consistency, at least definition-wise, I see it. Now, when it comes to why it's important, consistency is important for various many reasons. It shows how diligent you are and how self-disciplined you are as a person and individual when it comes to not only what you say, but also in the goals that you set and you strive to achieve, as well as it affects your overall mood, as well as it also affects your overall self-esteem of how you feel about self. And the more and more you're able to show that you can continue doing something that you've pushed yourself to do over and over and over again before, and as it becomes a routine, the more you become more confident in not only what you say, but how you go about doing it. As well as the purpose for consistency is to be able to keep that pace of whether you're doing this over and over. Oh, we lagging? Y'all, let me see. Hold on, let me try real quick. We lagging? Alright, y'all tell me if we back or not. You know, things will happen like that, you gotta roll with it. Right. In your perspective, how do you differentiate a leader and a guide? That's a great question, brother. And when I think about it, they have very similar traits. Whether, you know, when it pertains to them having that title of showing somebody or having a group of, you know, people behind them. But when it comes to differentiating between a leader and a guide, it varies. It varies depending on what the goal is. So I could be, you know, the leader. So if we say, all right, so say if we're on a camping trip, and on this camping trip there's 4 or 5 different other groups, and we're pushing for, there's going to be a competition between all of the groups to see who can make it to the top of the campsite first, and there's a, you know, supposed, you know, cash prize or a better dinner than everyone else. So within that group there is a leader. There has to be a point person, a person who's going to take charge and lead towards getting to that end goal of getting to the top of the peak or to that site to get the prize along with the group. whether a guide can be interchangeable with a person there, or it can be an outside person who knows the terrain very well, and they also showing guide or either lead people to where they need to go. But the leader, I would say, is someone who's taking a lot of more of that charge, and the guide is someone that can take the charge as well, but they more so give pinpoints to where we need to go next. They can work in tandem with the leader. So a leader and a guide can be within the same group. But if you want to look at like guidance counselors, that's a whole nother different story. It's really a person that's supporting wherever your goal and what you want to meet. So they're not necessarily going to be the one always taking the lead. They're more so walking hand in hand with you. That would be more so of a guidance counselor or just a guide in general. They're walking hand in hand with you. Versus the leader is someone who's stepping over and they're taking the charge. So you have to be the leader within your own life to take charge, but it's always great to have other guides and people that are there with you. But at the end of the day, the leader is the one that's going to take the initiative and push, where the guide is going to give suggestions and support. I mean, that's how I see it, G. But thank you for that question, brother. And with those two, you're back with consistency. And how do you become consistent? Where does that come from, and how do you keep it? Now, when it comes to getting this ball rolling, when it comes to consistency, you need to be aware of not only your strengths, but then your areas of growth. So you need to pick out something that you want, a goal that you know is going to be realistic, and you're going to just set it down. Either you can use that bracket of what we call about SMART goals, which is being, specific, measurable, attainable, I think it's reliable, and then timely. So, there's so many switches to when it comes to talking about using SMART goals. What's up, Sammy? Good to see you up in here, system. And once you're able to pick out that goal, figure out where in your own strengths, and also grab, your resources to help you achieve or set yourself up for these goals. Now it's up to you to put them into place. So if I'm going to tell myself, okay, I'm going to read at least 10 minutes a day for the next however long I want to do it. Say I just want to do it for 3 weeks to see if there's going to be a change. Due to different articles saying that usually either to create or break a habit, it takes around 3 weeks. So if you say I just want to see if I can read every day for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we're going to see, whether if you're going to stay consistent with that for the next 21 days or not. So what you're going to end up wanting to do, hey, peace and love, accurate, brother, welcome to What's the Word Wednesdays, episode 6, my brother. We're just going over it now, consistency, and I'm talking about how you can set yourself up when it comes to how can you keep yourself consistent. So, and I'll see you later, Sammy. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you, sister. And when it comes to keeping, like I had stated earlier, you get all of those resources and goals and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to read for 10, 15 minutes a day. Now it's up to you to figure out a time and day in between how you're going to get that done. And there might be some times where you don't even feel like reading, and it's understandable. It might be feeling like times where you want to overread, and that's beautiful. Now, where you keep that consistency is you got to defeat it in here. It's going to be, of course, aware. You need to literally be like, okay, all right, I'm going to read today. Even if it's you holding the book for 10, 15 minutes, you still are at least achieving, the feeling of getting to that goal of reading every day, at least for 10 to 15 minutes. And the more and more that you get used to and accustomed to it, it's going to start becoming an easier flow. There's 4 levels to making, not only a habit, but a goal attainable, which they say it's, you start off with it being incompetent, unconscious. So basically, you are unaware of your goals and how you're going to attain them competently. So you're unconsciously incompetent. Then you move to the next level, which is conscious incompetent, where now you're aware of the fact that you're trying to get to this goal, or you're moving towards this goal to keep consistent, but you're figuring out the things that you're going to need to achieve it. So then once you continue to do that, then you move to conscience, and this is unconscious, then it becomes conscious competence, where now you're aware that you are consistently doing these things and you're able to keep pushing, and you have all the things that you need to, that you're aware of, to keep pushing you further. And then on the last step of these 4 levels of competence in comparison, or in congruence with consistency, is unconscious competence. And now this is where we get to the part where it's just basically second nature, which is just like you going into autopilot. I mean, for example, people use it a lot. Whether you're driving in a car and you literally just zone out and you didn't even know that you did, that's already your unconscious competence, that you're already competent in doing the skill so well that there's times that you don't even know or remember that, wow, I'm actually doing this right now. So literally, in tandem with these competences, that's how you reach to getting consistent, is figuring out your resources, figuring out what are the goals that you want to use and achieve, and then you just got to put it into practice. And in that process of being consistent, it's okay to, to rearrange and change how you approach your goals and how you are moving towards getting better. Just make sure that you're not beating yourself up, because what you are doing at the same time is you're building your mind towards growth. So if you are hindering yourself by saying, dang, this is hard, this is terrible, I can't do this, I'm tired today, I don't want to do this, you're making it more and more harder for you to break through, to stay consistent. So be realistic at the times when you know that, okay, I may not get to it today, but I know in the back of my head, if I'm not going to get to it today, I'm going to try to do double next day. Or maybe, never mind, I'm not going to try to read every day. Maybe I'm only going to read 3 times out of the week for 15 minutes. Just be realistic with yourself. But the more you continue to do that, the more that you also gain confidence, and you gain more of that self-esteem, and then you feel more reliable for yourself to also help other people out. Yeah, I feel that, Freddie. Yeah, literally, that's how you feel after you freestyle, bro. Like, for real. And I mean, at this point, your freestyles, man, they start becoming, yours is almost close to unconscious competence. Like, you just doing it without no cares, man. So I be seeing you, brother. That's what's up. We probably bust some after on the after show. Just let me know. But if any of y'all got, your perspectives on what consistency is to y'all, please throw them in the chat. As well as, this is an open conversation, an open dialogue, open talk between us as a community. So I would love to see y'all faces and just to get into here and just going back and forth, because I can talk all day, but I would love to do it with and see y'all's faces. So y'all are more than welcome to jump in, just request. But now we talked about the how do you gain the consistency. We also talked about how do you keep it. Now the next thing with that consistency is, where does this truthfully, okay, and let's see, we got the in the building, y'all. Before we continue, Yo, what's
Are we
good,
live on the
G?
air?
Peace and
What's
love,
the
brother.
word Wednesday?
Welcome to What's the Word Wednesdays, my G, man. Tell me, what's the word?
Hair's looking really angsty. I know I'm going for a walk, my dude. You know what's up?
I see, I see, I see. That's what's up, man. Dude,
So yes,
it's
man.
looking nicer than it is out here, bro.
Oh, dude, it's overcast right now, but it's been hot as F. It's been like 97 for the last few days up here.
Bro, same, man. I don't know if everybody can hear, but I had to put a fan in my room today because my room really only goes by two temperatures. Is whether you are hot
Uh-huh.
or you cold. There's no in between.
So yo, dude, it's what's the word Wednesday? What are we gonna get into, man? What are we talking about right now?
So right now, G, want you to jump in and you tell me what is your perspective on consistency. So I was talking about it earlier of how what how I see consistency when I broke it down definition wise, as well as I went over four areas of competence, which is
Hmm.
paired to consistency. And those four areas where you have your unconscious incompetence, you have
Hmm.
your conscience incompetence, then you have your conscious competence, and then you have your unconscious competence. And those four
Hmm.
areas is like those ladders that help you build as well as you continuing with being consistent. So now you tell
Super
me, bro,
important.
what is consistency to you?
Dude, doing it every day, even if you don't want to do it.
Yes, because we should know. Before y'all know, I gotta say, this is a good brother of mine. This Mr. B-boy extraordinaire himself. This dude went ahead and literally B-boyed his way to 365 days.
Oh,
And
nah, dude.
man, there is day. No, I know it's not. I mean, look, it not all the it don't, bro. We're not gonna do that. We have to do that to you. That's a great example of being consistent and knowing
Oh, thank you,
when
man.
to stay on it and not, you know. So this man was literally did a whole year of b-boying, and there was times where he had a really long streak, and then there was times where he had to sit out and be realistic. But just
Yes.
knowing how you kept at it, you didn't stop. He was like, "This is where I want to go with it, and this is how I'm gonna continue to get there." So nah, man, shout out to you,
Oh,
bro.
thanks for the nice words, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, I found that it was really easy to dance every day, but man, like, what was kind of challenging is trying to meet these unrealistic expectations of social media and like comparing
Yeah.
yourself to other people and their pace and their flow. And half the
Yep.
time, man, you don't even, you know, like these people, do you even really want what they have, you know? Like, even if you ended up doing exactly what they were doing, would you be happy yourself? I found that when I asked myself those questions, I kind of found myself saying nay to that.
Mm.
Yeah. And you gotta do it for
Yep.
yourself, bro. Do it for yourself, man. Because you keep doing it for other people or other incentivized reasons, you'll just find yourself like unhappy at the end of the day.
Yep. Yeah, there is a such thing again as self care and taking breaks, being realistic with yourself. We are not robots. We're not computer programs that continue to day in and day out continually work and work. Which the funny thing is too that even computers run out and shut down. So
Oh yeah.
you have to just once again you just be realistic with yourself and know, okay, is this gonna be how I want to continue going, or am I going to take this week off or this
Hmm.
day off so I can recharge so I do not fully burn out. So now I feel you.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure there's a vaccine for that. Oh, that's for another topic. This is for another talk, dude.
I feel it. I feel it.
But
Any more you wanna add to it, bro?
bro, I really dig that you're consistent with your lives, man. I be seeing you go on like every other minute. I'm trying to keep my like ratio high in attending all your lives. So um, I was telling someone the other day, I was like, man, I am like at least 85% to 90% on all your lives. So that's like a B plus, man. A minus, I'll take that, dude. better grades than I made back in the day, dude.
Not for real. But no,
Um,
I appreciate that, brother. I mean, the only way I'm gonna get better at doing these two is that I just gotta do them. With all the technical difficulties, with all of the shortcomings, as well as all of the highlights and successes, it all comes with it. So when you're being consistent on something, you learn from doing. So that's how that's gonna end up going.
hmm. But yeah, bro, I appreciate your time, man. I'm sure we'll end up talking soon, but this is a nice ass park, bro. So I'm gonna keep on
Bro,
walking, dude.
yes, enjoy that. I was liking, I'm loving the background view, man. Only if only my area had a park and stuff like that, my G. Which I just noticed too, that you're not even wearing a face mask, and that's what's up, though.
Oh yeah, dude. That's because I'm like 12 feet apart. I'm not even 6 feet. I'm 12 feet apart, man. 6 feet away from people. 12 feet away from the haters. Like, you got to, dude.
Multiply,
Mental health,
divide,
man.
all of that.
But yeah, dude, you appreciate it. Add this.
I appreciate you, brother. But other than that, man, enjoy your continued walk with that, nice breeze of airs,
Mm.
and we'll be talking later. Thank you for joining the
All right,
live,
man.
bro.
So
Thank
then,
you.
love. Later,
Peace,
y'all.
peace. Well, thank you, brother, for joining in there, giving me perspective on really what his thoughts of consistency was. And I had to do a little, not a little brag, but I had to shout him out because what better way to talk about consistency and showing others that are in your life that's being very consistent as well. So you got to. Oh, the man of the hour, the year, the century. It's the accurate himself. Hey,
Yeah, what up, boy?
what's good, brother?
What's rocking?
I appreciate you being on this live. I know you a busy, busy man, so
I'm finna head to the lab right now.
exactly.
Hey, what's good, yo? How y'all feeling out there, man? What's good? Yeah, it's your boy Ack. You already know what's poppin'.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, please follow this man and keep up with his moves. I swear, this dude is a down to earth soul, man. When I first met this dude, man, I was just like, there's something dope about him. And when we had a conversation just for that one time, I was like, yeah, nah, we definitely got to stay tapped in.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
y'all
Yeah, always
follow this
love, man.
man, listen to his music. You gonna see it's woo.
Crazy. You crazy.
But yeah, G. All right, so tell me, man, you on What's the Word Wednesdays, brother? Shoot, tell me, what's the word?
Yo, man, for real, man, just like you say, for real, I think you chose the good, you know what I'm saying, topic on consistency, because I think that's one thing that like a lot of human beings are lacking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it's a lot of people out there who don't have that connection with themselves. And that, you know what I'm saying, is to me personally the starting point of you really understanding and doing a lot of things in life, you know what I'm saying, to the closest as 100% as you gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Because people got to remember, like, self is the foundation, and when you got a connection and love for yourself, you can build upon that. And even if you fall, you won't
yeah,
fall through the foundation. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
A lot of people don't got that connection with self. So when you fall under your foundation. That's when you start hitting rock bottom, and you know what I'm saying, them levels of like depression, and like, you in the real dark states and stuff like that. And it'd be tough to
yeah,
climb out. And for real, a lot of people don't make it. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be real tough, bro. But I think, you know what I'm saying, once you build that connection with yourself, you learn about yourself, you learn to have a genuine love for yourself, bro. The idea of, creating these blueprints and tactics, you know what I'm saying, to elevate yourself, and then developing a level of consistency, you know what I'm saying, around the basis of having, like, not just even common knowledge, but also common wisdom to do certain things.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff, like the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, it's a good topic. People need to hear stuff like that, especially like with the pandemic. And like, you got a lot of creatives, you got a lot of people who are used to being outside, used to
yeah,
traveling. Like, now we in like a more confined confined space, and it'd be tough for you to like, sit down and like, recalculate moves and blueprints. Like, personally on my end, I was supposed to be on tour and a couple months ago, and they got shut down. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to
Yeah.
move back to New York. They got killed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Wow.
it was mad things going on, but it gives me time to rest. It gives me time to get back in the lab and write a lot, which I've been doing. It gives me time to connect more with people,
Yeah.
and then the biggest thing, give me time to connect with myself more. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I think when you start like understanding like the concept that everything starts at
Yes.
home itself, everything, what I'm saying, starts to be the clarity of things, what I'm saying, start to come to you better, and you start to appreciate, the smaller things more, what I'm saying,
Yes.
instead of like trying to look at the bigger picture all the time, you can appreciate the small details, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and also too, I love the topics that with the points you brought up, because no matter where you start at with point, they all go hand in hand. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you're gonna experience each point as you progress through life and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dope, bro. I'm and also too, but like I can't say I tune in all the time, but I see when you go live, and when I can tune in, you know what I'm saying? I try to peep in, see what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Also give your props, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Because a lot of
I
cats, they
appreciate
ain't gonna
that.
do no shit like that for sure. Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. You know me. I'm gonna give cats their flowers, bro. I ain't got no problem telling nobody I'm proud of them or like, keep doing it. I want to see people winning out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey,
That's
man.
what's up, brother. Yeah, no, man, no, I appreciate you for sure tapping in on that, and like the shout outs go back to you as well, G, because um it's very important that we do have have these talks and be able to connect, because that helps build the support system, and the more you have that consistent support system as well too, you're able to lean on those folks and use not use in the sense of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take everything from you, but also be able to utilize what they have for you, and that helps build you up. So the reason why I know I'm doing this is because there's something within me that wants to share this out, to everyone, whether who wants to listen to it or not. But then at the same time, I wanted it to be open, so then after that, everyone can come on and they also can speak their piece. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're completely wrong, no, get out. Nah, this is an open forum for us to literally challenge the mind and think critically, like, what is
Facts.
consistency? What is this? What is that? How is that? How do you see it? Because this is how I'm seeing it, but then how do you see it? Because I love the fact how you brought in
Right.
the mental health aspect. You good. I love how you brought in the mental health aspect, because we know that's a big thing nowadays for sure. Because of the fact of we in the house, we boxed in. There's gonna be a lot more people having different symptoms of feeling hopeless or helplessness, and being aware of that and having an outlet to be able to do so, especially now more than ever, since I can't be all up in your face and see you like that.
Facts.
Why not
Facts.
start on use social media for what it's supposed to be doing, which is being
Facts.
social. Which is
Facts.
being social.
Facts.
I'm not gonna keep just sending you DMs and doing all of this and doing all of that. We can do that all day. But if we want
Right.
to talk, and and not only can't do it in person as much, why don't we just do it over here
Facts.
and
What?
continue
Hey,
that going?
and not to cut you off, bro, but reflection. I'm gonna just say this,
Yeah,
fam. Like, it's a level of understanding consistency, but it's also a level of understanding. What's the word I'm looking for? Uh, 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 Being stagnant too. It's just like look at it like lifting weights, fam. You could you could lift the same reps, the same weight all day, and your body gonna get
yeah,
used to it. It's gonna be easy, no doubt. You could even change the reps, bro. But it's also you gotta incorporate change. So you talking about a treadmill, bro? You could do the
yeah,
treadmill all the time, bro. But you gotta remember it's settings with the treadmill, bro. You got the speed, you got, what I'm saying, the incline, you got stuff like
yep.
that. So like, you have to put
The
yourself
technique.
right. You gotta change the peak and the limit. You know what I'm saying? There is a limit to how you get strong until you change that limit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's just like living life, you know what I'm saying? If you are not putting yourself in situations where it's challenging you to be better. You're not putting yourself around people that are literally challenging you to be a better person or elevate your mind, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, whatever you're trying to do, it's not gonna happen because you're in the same scenario all the time. And when you're in the same thing, ain't nothing gonna happen except you're gonna get to that peak and that's that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me, like, you know, I literally surround myself around artists better than me all the time so that they push my pen. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
literally study cats who are way better than me and who I look up to so they can push my creativity or whatnot. You know, I can't sit there and listen to the same thing over and over or consistently just study my own craft and how I do things because it ain't gonna help me build myself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta study other things and things or things that, like, you know, first of all, make you happy. First of all, spark your
Yeah.
interest and stuff like that. And you see the pros and cons of, okay, I can do that, I can do that. But that man over there doing something I can't do. Let me study that, you know what I'm saying? So it can add on to my repertoire or my arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta understand it's always settings and something you can do to change that. It ain't about what you're doing, but it's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yep.
always another way to do it that pushes yourself and pushes your
Yep.
soul to a different limit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
I,
one thing
I
for
feel
me, you know.
I feel you touching on that. Yeah, brother. Yeah, now I mean, you know, you go through and adding on to your point, I mean, you're going to go through, this setup of the path that you're taking. And once you're on that path and you take it and you might go astray onto maybe you going straight and you end up going to the left. You're not technically starting all the way from the beginning. Now you're just on a different path that's still continuing wherever your goal may be, and then there might be shortcuts to take you right back into the middle where you want to be. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the consistency and this repetitiveness, like once you step off and not do something, it's not gonna be like, okay, I'm starting all the way back from square one. It's like, no, I'm starting back from at least with the knowledge that I have from of how I did it. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm progressing from there of how either I'm going to change up the technique, change up the style, change up how I'm going to achieve it, just so that you start molding it and modifying it to where it's going to work effectively for you. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
now I'm with you with that.
I think the great thing you said is, like, you know, it's what works effectively for you because all roads can lead to the same goal, but the
Yeah.
way you take the road can be completely different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, so yeah, man, that's really what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really what it is, bro. But I think the biggest thing too is that it don't matter how people tell you or what people say about you being, you know, incredible or you can't do this and you can't do that. It's up to having the proper the mind state and belief in yourself that you can achieve this if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's rocking with you? Yeah. What's popping? What's popping? What's goody? I get doing my little talks and everything with my brother right here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Yes.
my boy Viz. I call you Viz, bro. That's just
Hey,
me.
you
You know?
good, bro? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm glad you say Biz, because some people keep saying Vice. So like either it's like they call me Advice or of this, but it's like Advis. But like I like this, bro. That's cool too, bro.
Word.
Which I did the etymology of my name when I was creating it. Crazy thing is, a part of it, that Biz part actually has to do with vision. And the acronym for my
Right.
name, bro, the acronym for my name is A Dreamer's Vision and Seeing Success. And I did that without knowing.
That's fire. You know what's crazy? So the reason I had switched up my name from the ACC to the ACK was that after having that name for a while, bro, I looked about like what I really want to do as far as me as a human being with my name. And I know one thing is that I love knowledge, but I also love the idea of wisdom, which is the ability to use knowledge correctly. So my name just I tell people just call me ACT, but it stands for acquiring consistent knowledge all the time.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I
but
like
that's what
it.
it is, bro. Yeah, but Much love to y'all in the chat. Viz, keep doing your thing. Hit me up, bro. I appreciate you playing the tunes in the background. I got to get some out though, bro. I'm sitting on like 70 songs, bro. Like, so it's
Woo!
yeah, bro.
Hey. Do what you gotta do, and then soon when I'm getting my stuff together, bro, I would love to collab on some way, shape, or form.
Hit me up, man. Ain't nothing to it. I'm in the lab every day, bro.
All right, brother. Peace
Like,
and love,
that.
man. Thank you so
Peace,
much.
love. Y'all be smooth, man. Hey, y'all follow my boy. Follow his platform. Link. Reach out to him. He's a dope brother, just like me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I try to only mess with dope brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's another one of my brothers, and it's crazy because I've met more dope people in short spans of time than I've met people that I've known for years upon years. You know what I'm saying? So I
Appreciate
fuck with
that.
you, brother. I respect you, and I got nothing but love and respect you. And you can always holler at me, my G.
Likewise, King. Likewise.
Yeah.
All
Y'all
right,
be
peace.
smooth. I'm finna slide. I'll holler at y'all. Gang.
Peace.
Peace.
That's what's up, y'all. Sorry, we got 9 minutes and we got one topic left. And if anybody else too wants to come in and talk on, consistency, current events, or or the other topic we're about to get into next, you're more than welcome to. But now let's move into the last topic of the night, of the evening for that episode. We got 8 minutes left, roughly around that time. But the last topic is the purpose of lying and why you should or should not lie. So I know that's very interesting to really think about it. But the act of lying is really, you see that really almost in your everyday life. You see that whether it's on the news. You see that whether if you get into a argument with somebody. I mean, history stems back with a lot of people lying to achieve certain goals. I'm a liar, bro. I'm also too, man. I'm also too a liar. I can't say like, oh, I'm truthful, but it's the idea of being a person of your word when it comes down to it. But breaking down really, why do we lie? Why do we lie to not only people that we love, but we lie to other people that we've never met? And few reasons I can think of why we lie, and y'all can throw them down in the comments too. One being the fact, especially if it's someone you never met, that first impression is vital. That first impression is vital. So if you make a great first impression, knowing that you may not be that up to par person that you are, but you're able to lie your way there, you've already gotten a great setup for that first impression. Second reason is to avoid hurting or harming someone in that immediate time. So you lie about something very small so that it doesn't cause any harm or emotional stress to whoever you may be talking to. If you forgot to, go pick up the check from, the bank to take it out, and you forgot to do it, and it was something you needed to do to give to either your partner or a friend, like you lie about something about that, be like, oh yeah, I just ended up having, something to do over at my job, made me run late, so I didn't get enough time to go and do and get the check for you, but I got you tomorrow. I mean, technically, the story that you come up with too, even if it was truthful or not, or if it's a lie, is just so you can avoid that emotional, stressful moment, as well as coding it with, it's about beating around the bush in that way, in sense too. When you're lying, you're kind of going around about to avoid the whole situation, as well as we lie too, not only to better ourselves or better look of ourselves, to avoid emotional stress, but also we lie to buy time. We lie so that we can get ourselves some more time to either think about something, to get to something, or to do something. And it can be, once again, it can be something is very small as well as something very huge. Lying is a social device for me to access the trust of others. Would that be a paradox? That would definitely be a contradiction, my G. I get it. It's to help you access trust to others, but it's almost that also line is used to really test in the way you're talking about it. It's almost like you're testing others to figure out, okay, are they going to really be truthful of who they are? So I see. I mean, you can use it that way too. This line being a mechanism to do so. But instead of now the reasons of why we lie, we think about now really what are the lasting effects of lying, and what ends up happening in in comparison with consistency. You see that if you consistently continue to lie about small things, you're most likely, if not, you're going to have a higher chance of lying about almost in your everything, whether if it's big or small. So the long lasting effects of it is that then it becomes, you know, more so a condition of a regular device for you to use every single day on every little small thing. And it can be detrimental depending on, once again, I said the situation, whether if it's something that is very grave that you shouldn't be lying about, whether it be saying like, oh yeah, I got this very fancy car, I got a Bentley, and, right now I had it parked at the house, but now it's in the shop to get fixed. And you're flexing to other people, telling them I got a Bentley, it's in the shop, it's just getting fixed. And a week goes by, and then people ask again, where's the car, how's it doing? And you just like, oh yeah, it's in the shop, it's getting fixed, still waiting. There was like a few things wrong with the front of the tires. It had to end up getting a wheel alignment. They went in, had to fix a bit of the electrical system. Windshield wipers weren't working as well. And you continue this facade over and over again, knowing that in the first place that you don't have a Bentley. You might even have an Acura. You might have some car that is nowhere near luxury. And you're very used to, lying about that whole outcome. And it's going to get to a point where you're not going to become believable either. As well as, at the end of the day, too, you're not only hurting your chances of getting to know another person truthfully, you're also hurting the chances of, like, you being able to build that connection with other people when it's a prolonged thing. But when using lying, and if we should or shouldn't, it is very situational. But if you are pushing to be a better version of yourself, and you're pushing to be more upfront with yourselves and others around you, you want to make sure that you are a person of your word as much as you can. And the more that you are of that, the more people do have respect. What's up, Andreas? What's up, brother? The more people have not only respect for you, but then you also end up having more so respect for yourself, as well as, at least from my own experience, it really helps in guiding you towards where you want to go. And if I continue to lie about things that I'm doing and I'm not getting them done and accomplished, it's also pushing me backwards. And it's just, once again, very situational, and it's all up to you to make that choice, whether if it's going to be on something very small or it's going to be something very huge. But just know that, like the brother Reflection Era said, brother Motion, it is a social device that's used, whether to make yourself look better, make yourself look worse, get yourself out of situations, as well as avoid hurt. So, other than that, y'all, 30 seconds left. I appreciate everyone being here, being engaged for this week's What's the Word Wednesdays episode.